Most people start a YouTube channel from a room, probably from a desk or maybe an apartment with a ring light. But I thought I'd start mine with a place that shaped me quietly. This isn't a travel video, and it's not really about me telling about my story, but it's more about how places shape us, how different environment quietly influence the way we think, the way we feel, the way we live, often without us even realizing it. And if I'm going to talk about people, cultures, and perspectives on this channel, starting from here, this place, Chakpikarong, it felt honest, it felt right. It felt grounded, and I think it's a great beginning. Then why Chakpikarong? I was born here in Chakpikarong. It's a small town or a small village, you could say, in Manipur. But to be honest, I didn't really grow up in here in the usual sense. My dad was in the army, so moving around was pretty normal for us. New places, new schools, new people, new faces, that became part of our life. And staying in one place for a very long time was never really the pattern for me. Even then, this place was always there in the background, not loudly present, but just quietly existing. And now this is where our family has finally settled. The last time I came back here was 2022, end of 2022. And this is December 2025. So after 3 years. And I also couldn't come for a couple of years because of the, the unrest in Manipur. You must be aware of it. So being here now and starting something new from here, it feels meaningful in a very simple way. And to be honest, this video is not about nostalgia. It's not about explaining this place or representing everyone from here. No, I'm not that person, right? So it's simply about how it feels to begin something from a place like this. A place that doesn't rush you, a place that doesn't try to impress you. And why I'm saying is because Chakpikarong is not really famous in the usual way. There's no, checklist or list of attractions that you're supposed to tick off. Life here doesn't announce itself loudly. The Chakpi River, as you can see, is probably the most well-known thing around here. It quietly flows through this region, connecting towns and villages. It does its job without creating any drama, and it just feels nice to be around it. And in many ways, that's exactly how life here also feels. The town, Chakpikarong, is mostly populated by the Anal tribe, which is one of the Naga communities in Manipur. Life here starts early and nights also arrive quickly. Being part of the Northeast, the sun rises early and sets early. And once the sun goes down, the pace of life naturally slows. Everything just kind of stops, and it starts getting dark. It starts getting cold as soon as the sun goes down, especially during winters. And sometimes it feels like the day ends not by the clock, but by daylight. The houses around here aren't built to impress anyone. They're not designed for display or aesthetics. Many are very simple. Many are wooden. They might look old and dusty, but they're strong, they last, they outgrow many generations. My own house was built from wood, and it lasted several decades before, I think, 5 or 6 years ago, we rebuilt our house, and but the old house still stands and it's still in good condition. So the houses, they're built with intent and with purpose. Community, not just here in Chakpikarong, but I think I would say in most parts of Northeast, community matters a lot. It's a very close-knit, community. Everybody knows each other. That brings a sense of belongingness. That brings a little bit of comfort, but at the same time, it can be also overwhelming, because everybody knows everybody, sort of. Seeing new faces in the market, people might just call you out like, oh, baby, that ain't chungpi, something like that. So I keep hearing that a lot when I go to the market, buy some things like, so I have to respond to them, oh, asani chungpi, no, something like that, right? But one thing is certain is that you're never really invisible in a small place like this. And as for me, why I'm making this video and why I'm creating this channel is because I have lived in many small towns. I have lived in huge cities. I have seen a lot of India, north, south, west, east. I've experienced deep silence. I have experienced non-stop startup culture. A big part of my adult life has been in Delhi and NCR. A big part of my growing, years, my childhood was in Shillong. That's why I consider Shillong as my sort of second home. I did my high school in a boarding school in Himachal. So moving around was pretty normal for me. I've met people from different cultures and places. I've shared lives with them. And after seeing so many places, so many people, I've realized something very simple. No matter how far we go, no matter where we go, where we come from, our roots, it quietly stays with us, at least in my case. And I'm sure it might be for most of us as well. Not as something better or not as something worse, just as a lens through which we, see the world. And like I said, this is just my perspective. Now, someone else from Chakpikarong, if you'd ask them about their experience here, it might be very different from mine. I'm pretty sure they'd be able to explain this place much better than me. But like I said, this is just my perspective. And the reason I am creating this channel also is to share this kind of content, kind of life contrasts, different places, different people, different ways of living. When two worlds collide, so those kind of things, Northeast and mainland. And by mainland, what I mean by saying mainland is the rest of India other than the Northeast. So it's a term that we very casually kind of use in Northeast. So, just to be clear, we can compare quiet towns and busy cities, and not in a way to explain anyone, but, just to help us understand each other. Some of us, who happen to stumble on this video, to help us understand each other a little better. It's not to correct anyone or to explain anyone, just to shed some perspective that we can share, For people from the mainland, what often gets misunderstood by the Northeast, or vice versa, and for Northeast people, when they go out, to work, to settle or to study outside in metros and bigger cities, what should be their expectations or what can they prepare for? Those kind of things. These are things that nobody really tells you, but most of us, I think all of us eventually come to experience. So, yeah. This felt like a good place to start, and more thoughts, more observations coming slowly. What you can do is hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comment section. And until next time, take care. Catch you in the next one.